let me take you through a tour of why I pack like I do as a nomad, and then why this trip is different because there is a holiday in it that has me taking clothes with me that I normally wouldn't take with. I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do with those clothes, and I'm going to tell you why the one suitcase goes in the other, and I'm also going to show you what I own. Yesterday, I showed 3 suitcases, 2 bigger ones, and then one that can go on the plane with me, whatever we call that one. My entire life fits into those 3 suitcases, right? Actually, it fits into the 2 suitcases, and then the baby one I keep with me for if I'm going to do smaller trips, especially if I get to a destination, like when I was in the UK. I kept my big suitcase where I with my business partner, and then took the little suitcase to when I had house sitting for a couple of days or a couple of nights. I have done 3 months in Cape Town on the smaller, bigger suitcase. You're going to have to go back. It's the purple one. This is literally what I'm not taking with me. That's it. This falls into the space of extra winter, excuse that, and also the cupboard that's off the hinge, but that's another story. There's the cupboard. My sister and I, in the priority of getting these kids through exams and just trying to live our best lives, which is very minimal at the moment, we will get to this cupboard. Everything that's on the bed that I'm going to show you is the rest of what I own. So when I say that I am packing my bags and moving, it means I'm moving my entire life with me. Everything is going. And this is what's so important about the logic when it comes to me and the way that I pack and the way that I travel, is that when you think about it, you're going to take stuff and then you're going to come back and you're going to put it in a cupboard, right? I don't have a permanent cupboard because I don't have a home. So everything that I have must move with me. The other thing is that when you travel, a lot of times you're going to be traveling with someone, so you can have 2 suitcases that you put on board, and then you can also have your one that you take on the plane and something else on your back. So I want you to picture me as a nomad, with everything that I have, getting to a destination or moving from one house to another. I don't own a car, and when I am overseas, then it's buses and trains and trams. I can't have 3 suitcases. I can only have 2 suitcases, and those 2 suitcases can also not be really heavy. So I have learnt, and my logic is always to be as minimalistic as possible. So bearing that in mind, this is everything that I own. And what I am going to say is that this is too much. It's really just too much. But the reason why I have extra in my world, I call it extra, is because in this nomad trip that I'm doing, we have a beautiful adventure that I'm going to be sharing with you online, where we are going to be in Croatia on a boat. And I have a beautiful part of my personality that loves to play in that kind of space. So I have gotten extra clothing and items that I got specifically to wear on the boat. I'm not going to share them now because I'm going to do reveals as I wear them when I'm there, because there's a whole story to it which links so beautifully into my personality of thrifting and charity shops and finding things on sale. And then what's going to happen is, once this trip is done and I am back in South Africa and I can sort myself out, there's a whole lot of stuff that I'm going to say, well, I only got that for that reason, and it goes back to the thrift store, or it goes to charity, or I donate it, and then I'm going to minimalize my life back to what I'm used to. The other thing is that because I'm vegan, I always carry certain food with me. I have to make sure that I have protein bases. And then because I'm going to friends in the Netherlands, I'm taking them a whole lot of South African goodies that they have asked for. So there is going to be extra stuff in my suitcase that usually I don't carry around with me. So if I were doing a usual nomadic trip, I would only have the one big suitcase and the smaller pink suitcase. The purple suitcase would be packed with everything that is additional, that if I wanted to keep it, which I do, I want to keep my winter stuff, it would stay, because I know I'm coming back to South Africa, and it would stay here. If I am going somewhere absolutely completely where I don't know where I'm going to be next, then I pack the way that I showed you that I pack. Everything has to fit into 2 big suitcases, so that when I get off a plane, I can only have 2 suitcases. I know that I have 3, but I've got to wheel them. I've got to get them onto trains myself, onto planes myself, onto buses myself. And then I've got to have something on my back that is not too heavy. So my laptop is on my back. I keep all of my bigger jerseys on my back when I arrive at the airport, whether it's winter or summer or whatever it is. I'm wearing a jersey, and then I have another jersey tied around my waist, and then I have my puffy jacket that folds up so nicely. This one over here that rolls so beautifully. I can't even explain how you can tuck it into like the tiniest little space. This goes into that bag. Then there's also shoes and all of my vitamins and my makeup to also throw in there. So that is me as the pioneer. Somewhere along the line, you have the pioneer, and it's going to be doing something so completely different. And then also how you navigate your instinct, and how you determine what to anchor into and how to do things your way sits in a beautiful part of your personality blueprint called independence. And that's why I am so assertive, because I know where it is and I understand myself, and this is the gift of self-awareness. So welcome to the world of living and packing like a nomad.